Hey everyone, in this video we're going to talk about the three regulatory points that are different between glycolysis and gluconeogenesis. So I'm going to build a little table here. We're going to list out the three main sort of points in those pathways, and then I'll list out the enzymes that are the sort of key regulatory enzymes that help control the two different pathways. So the first spot that's different between these is the interconversion of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate. Okay, so I'll just write that there. So glucose going to glucose 6-phosphate, and hopefully you all remember in glycolysis the enzyme is hexokinase. Now in the reverse pathway, the gluconeogenesis pathway, hexokinase is not involved. All right, the enzyme involved in that pathway is glucose 6-phosphatase. Okay, and because it's a phosphatase, it's going to be using water to cleave off the phosphate to liberate glucose. So that's a different enzyme in that pathway. And these two are, as we'll see, reciprocally regulated. When one's on, the other's off, and vice versa. So that's step number one. That would be kind of a control point, these two pathways. The second pathway, or the second part that's going to be regulated, is the interconversion of fructose 6-phosphate to fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. We'll call that step 2. And in glycolysis, you may remember that that is the enzyme phosphofructokinase. Or PFK, it's often abbreviated. That's the so-called committed step of glycolysis. Well, in gluconeogenesis, there is again a different enzyme, and it is also a phosphatase. This is called fructose bisphosphatase. 1,6-bisphosphatase. So that is a different enzyme in that reverse pathway. And then lastly, the third sort of control point for these two reciprocally regulated pathways is going to be the interconversion of PEP to pyruvate. Now you may remember in glycolysis, that is the very final step. Releases a tremendous amount of energy to convert PEP to pyruvate, and that's catalyzed by pyruvate kinase. Or PK, it's often abbreviated. Now, in the reverse pathway, gluconeogenesis, this one is such a difficult reaction to go backwards. It in fact involves two enzymes. So we're going to have to use two new enzymes to go in the reverse direction. And the two enzymes are called pyruvate carboxylase plus there'll be the second enzyme, and that's PEP carboxykinase. Those two enzymes together can get over the energetic hump that takes pyruvate back to phosphoenolpyruvate. All right, so that summarizes the three main sort of control points that's different between these various pathways. And in the next section, we're going to get into the details of gluconeogenesis and exactly why and how these enzymes work.